I've been like hunting you on Instagram,
Oh,
and I'm like, oh Lord, I can't miss this masterclass. Oh,
oh,
um,
thanks for joining.
no problem. Thanks for actually organizing it. I was halfway through. I actually heard what the last person talked about. I think I'm actually in the same boat as the last person,
Okay.
because I'm a nurse, and to be honest, towards the end of last year, I just had enough of nursing. I'm fed up. The risk is getting higher. The
Mm,
job is getting tougher. It's just overall, I just feel super, super stressed. If you're into healthcare, you hardly find the time to spend with yourself, let alone with your family and your loved ones.
uh, absolutely.
They tell you you're not in for the money, but the bills don't understand that.
Not UK bills, not UK bills.
Do you know what I mean? The bills don't
Mm,
understand that. The pay is not enough for the hours you put in.
mm.
I put in on a good day 12, 13 hours. That's excluding my waking up and coming back home and all that. So literally it's like 15 plus hours on a good day. And God
Wow.
really gave us 24 hours, um, which I think
No,
is not enough. I think yeah, I don't think it's up to 24 hours sometimes.
not enough.
um,
Sometimes it's not enough. Yes.
no. So I
Mm,
just like towards the end of last year, like I've had enough of this. I can't see myself in my later years running, doing the rat race. Literally, I can't. It's just impossible for me.
mm,
And so tech came to mind, and I'm so new. When I mean a novice, I mean like grand zero type of novice.
that's my
Um,
life.
I just
That's
know
my life.
like the standard, what you use the word document, like you use in doing your documentation,
Mhm.
and that's it. So I was talking to someone, and actually on the same day, two people was like, um, they saw some potential in me, and they said the same thing. I'm like, I think this is God talking. I think definitely this is God talking to me, because what a
Let's take this
coincidence.
further.
Two people that don't know each other at all. Actually, three people
Mm,
that don't know each other said the exact same thing to me. And I'm like, this must be God. And I think I spoke to a friend's sister-in-law. I think she's been through your program before. And so she recommended your page and said I should speak to you, and obviously gave me your page on Instagram. And a few days later, here we are. So I'm up for it. I'm up for the journey. I know it's hard work. I know you have to put in the time, you have to put in the effort, and you
mm.
have to be committed. But trust me, if you can go through nursing program in this country and actually become
You
one,
can do anything.
and try to up your band in that industry where the politics, I keep saying Tinubu is learning when it comes to politics in the NHS. Um, then this should be like a walk in the park. So here we
Mm.
are. I'm going to mute myself now. So thank you. I don't know
Thank
how I
you.
can actually come back, because I'm going to work later, and by 7:30 I have to, like, I won't be able to join. I'll have to go off and go into
Okay.
handover like we do. So I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah.
I'll be able to replay this.
We'll be sharing the recording after the class.
Oh, thank you so much.
We'll
Thank
be
you.
sharing
God
the
bless.
recording
Thank
after the class.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Esther.
so
Thank you for
much.
sharing.
Okay.
And we're glad to have you on the call as well. All right.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
Francis, let's go with you and then we carry on. So, Francis, over to you. And then, yeah, we kick off. Francis, are you there?
You hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Hi everyone. My name is Fred.
Hello.
Um, I'm living in Doncaster, here in England, and I am working as a nurse with NHS. Just like the last speaker said, it's getting really intense with NHS jobs and being a nurse, the risk involved with it, and
Mm,
mm, it's time consuming. You haven't got time for family to do anything, and you're always tired. I don't want to be living like that the rest of my life. So my partner, my wife, She has finished a program with NabelTech, recommended me. I would have done it last November, but I just thought, you know what, let me give you a bit of time, you know, considering the fact that Christmas was around the corner then. So here comes January. And I thought this year I need to kickstart my January with this. This is part of my to-do list for the year and I need to achieve it. So I thought I'll start early. So here I am.
We are rooting for you guys 100%. And by the way, your partner is one of my sweetest of sweetest hearts. So yeah, I'm happy you're here as well. I could relate 100% with what everybody has said on the call, but over the course of the evening, we'll get to know ourselves better and we will dig in properly. So thank you for sharing. And for everybody that's introduced themselves, thank you. For remaining people, don't worry, throughout the course of the call, I would one way or the other get to engage with you. All right, so let's kick off. I wanted to share some amazing statistics with you because when I went through these statistics, I was marveled as well. So do you know that approximately 36% of UK employees are unhappy in their jobs? 36%. That's a high number. Some are mildly in between, but those that are like completely unhappy is 36%. And this was a report that was shared by The Independent. And then I now went to think about, based on my own experience working in tech as a Black person, as a female, I said, okay, what's the percentage of Blacks that we have in tech? We have 3%. 3%. And guess the percentage that were women or females? 0.7, less than 1% of the Blacks in tech are women. And overall in the UK, we have 3%. Guys, it's shocking. Like, so sometimes I go into some places and I see that I'm the only person, I'm the only Black, and I'm like, where are my people? What is going on here? And that is the main reason why I started NabelTech, because I feel there are more opportunities out there. A lot of us are struggling because of the lack of information. The person that told me about tech, I'm sure if she knew that she was doing me a great service, she would have been the best person on earth. I was also working as an healthcare assistant with NHS, and we were taking care of one of the service users. I was on a night shift. I always do night shift because they pay better then. And then she was like, oh, we're laying the bed and like, do you know you could work in tech? And I was like, working in tech, what are you saying? And she said, yeah, you have the potentials. And we just got talking and I got stuck. She was like, oh, the training fee is 800. I said, 800 what? I'm on £9 an hour or £8 an hour. You want me to pay £800 for? Then it was like out of this world, but it was just like a seed was planted, just like what Esther said. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And here am I today, years after having consulted for one of the top firms or many of the top firms in the UK. And that is why we're here today. Let's go through all this. Let's break it all down and let's get some value out of it. Another thing I wanted to share with you are the common myths that we face or people tell us about tech. The first one is you need to know how to code to work in tech, guys. This is old news. No, okay? Many roles in tech does not require coding skills. It doesn't require you to know how to basically write a line of code. Like me now, the only line of code I can write is hello world, and that's it. And then for roles like Scrum Master, Project Management, Agile Delivery Manager, Business Analysis, Product Design, a lot, none of them, even technical recruiter roles, all these roles does not require you to have a technical background, okay? What we usually focus on is strategy, problem solving, collaboration, and all these amazing other transferable skills that you already possess. Okay, so one of the things I want you to always bear in mind is you're not starting from the scratch. You're not starting, and that's what Esther said, I'm starting from. You're not. You have a lot of transferable skills that already favors you that we can bring into tech. Myth number 2, tech is only for young people or those with a tech degree. In fact, on multiple projects, I'm going to say I've been one of the youngest people on my team. In fact, one of the roles I landed last year, the guy that I was working to, the product manager that I was working with, actually told me point blank, you can't be more than 26. I can't believe they made you my manager. What's going on here? And I'm like, I'm definitely more than 26, but yeah, it is what it is. So tech is not just for young people. There are a lot of amazing people in tech. People switch careers in their 30s, in their 40s. I know someone that switched careers in their 50s and work in tech. I think the oldest person I've worked with in tech, and guys, this is no cap. The company is RNIB. I think it's National Institute of the Blind or something like that. My oldest developer was 79 years old. 79, and he's working in tech. Baba still codes with Excel. So tech is not just for young people. Don't let that put you in a box. And you don't need to have a technical background or a technical degree, okay? Like we said, we have a lot of skill set that you can bring. We also want new people in tech that don't have technical background. So you can bring your fresh perspectives, your amazing ideas, your problem-solving skills. You can bring all that. And with the right training, by you upskilling as well, bridging that knowledge gap that you have, you should be able to work in tech successfully. I did it, and a lot of my people have done it as well. Myth number 3, tech is too stressful and you need to work long hours. No, it's not. Only if you're a workaholic like me. But ideally, for tech, your work hours will be 9 to 5 or 8 to 4 or 8 to 4:30 or 9 to 5:30. And you would have an hour full paid break, especially if you're a permanent staff. Your break will be paid for and you'd have an hour. Most times, because of the amazing opportunities in tech, you get to work sometimes fully remote. You also get to work hybrid, so go to the office a couple of days and a couple of days you stay. I've been on contracts that I've never been to the office before. Never. In short, I don't even know what my office looks like. I've never been there. Okay, so there are a lot of amazing opportunities. There's flexibility. You can manage the workload, and it is not as stressful as anybody. For those that are nurses on the call, trust me, tech is a piece of cake. Okay, it shouldn't be as crazy. And for those that have other roles as well, trust me, you will do well in tech. So before I move on with all my story, I want to say a big thank you. This is the second session we're having this month, and I want to say thank you for joining us, for being here. I know it takes time. Some people are preparing for work, some are just chilling on their beds, but thank you for joining and listening to us. And on behalf of myself and everybody from NabelTech, we want to say thank you. And based on the fact that you're here, we have an exclusive gift for you. So last week or early this week, I launched my ebook, and we decided to sell. The ebook was going for £35. But for everybody on this call today, one of the things I want to tell you about is the challenges I had while transitioning into tech. I did not know what to do. I did not know which road to go for. I did not even know the difference. I just went in to do what everybody was doing. And then now that I work in tech, I've decided that all the knowledge I had, all the experience I had, I need to put it together in a book that basically prevents other people from struggling or going through the same challenges that I went through. So based on this book, you should be able to understand which role you want to go, understand the different types of role. You need to be able to have the templates to talk to recruiters, the CV template, what you need to do on the first 30, 60, 90 days on your role, and so much more. And this is just a guide that helps you to understand how to switch your career into tech. This book is selling at £35, but for everybody on this call today, it is £20. The link to the book is in the chat, by the way. It is £20. And for anybody that buys the book, you get a free career consultation call with me. So you and I will sit down together. We'll decide how you want to go in your career, what steps you need to take, and how I can basically hold your hand all through that journey. So the link to get the book is in the chat. It's 20 quid. And yeah, the price will go back from after this call. So now let's talk about house rules. If you want to ask a question, please feel free to raise your hand. If I'm going too fast or too slow, because we're going to go deep in a little bit, please feel free to stop me. Cameras and microphones should be off. And then please, if you want to share anything with us, you can use the chat as well. I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions once we kick off. So please feel free to use the chat. We have links in the chat as well. So please always keep an eye on the chat, because useful links and information will be shared. Recordings will be shared after the call. But if you want to take notes, feel free to take notes. And most importantly, guys, let us have fun. It's not going to be as, shouldn't be as hard. let's just chill and have fun. So a brief agenda, we're going through introductions, we talk a bit about NabelTech, we talk about how to transition into tech, the steps that I've taken. I've broken it down in the ebook as well. We'll talk about the technical roles and non-technical roles, what are the differences. We'll talk about the benefits that you get from working in tech. We then talk about how to transition into tech as a PM, as an SM. I'll explain both roles, and then we'll talk about enrollment, and I would answer any question. So I'm trying to make for it whistle stop and crack on. I already shared a bit of my story, but just to crack on, I am Lolaraji. I'm a mom of two. I'm a career coach and a business reinvention specialist. And over the years, I've been very passionate about helping people achieve better work-life balance, and most importantly, what I love best, financial freedom. Because I've been on the other side of the coin. I know what it's like to struggle, to look for how to pay your bills, to look for how to get food, to now helping other people and being a source of blessing. So I definitely know what it's like, and I'm really passionate about people getting that financial freedom by having careers that they love and they can thrive in. Okay, so I'm a graduate of educational management and economics from Lee City University in Nigeria. And just like I said, I transitioned from being an healthcare assistant to working in tech. And I've gained a couple of certifications over the years. I've worked as an agile coach, as a scrum master, as a release train engineer, a whole lot more. And based on my own career journey and everything I faced, the challenges I faced, the wins I had while transitioning into tech, I've decided to start this company to support other people do the same. And I want to use my skill set, my experience to help you land amazing roles in the industry. Some of the companies I've consulted for include Accenture, Greater Manchester Combined Authority, we call them GCHQ, UK Home Office, Sky, BT, Belron, Adamore, Autonovo, Safeguard. And for me, one of the things I love most is to read and study. And that way, I have quite a number of certifications. These are some of it. And this is just to show my credibility in the industry and why I've been able to basically push myself further. And for those that are going to be having private sessions with me, or those that I will be coaching one-on-one, definitely going to push you to make sure that you have the right certification, because trust me, it goes a long way, especially for those that are planning to be contractors or that want to quickly accelerate their career in tech. So those are just some of my certifications. I'm not going to go over them, but yeah, that's just a few. And like I said, the vision for NabelTech is to empower individuals to transition into tech successfully. And we do this by providing you with the training, with the expertise, with the support, even with the work experience, access to the tools to make sure that you get all you need and you're self-sufficient to land your tech roles. So some of the things we help you with will be we give you mentorship, we give you coaching, we give you career support. And we basically want to be that bridge between where you want to get to and where you are. Okay. And for those that are seeking that better work-life balance, better financial freedom, opportunity to do what they love, be part of something valuable and meaningful, then you're definitely at the right place. So now let's talk about some of the reasons why we all want to work in tech. And this is based on my personal journey and the things I've learned. The first one is personal growth and positive impact. Transitioning into tech has helped me personally. And for those that have coached, those that have supported into landing roles with sponsorship, with better pay, they've been able to grow themselves personally. And they've been able to acquire skill sets that stays with them longer. And even, in fact, acquire high income skill sets. Okay. And some of these skill sets will be problem solving, collaboration, adaptability, and tech allows you to make meaningful contributions in innovative projects in the industry and also impact people positively. Imagine the joy on your face when you see someone using your application or using the software that you helped build. Also, the reason why you need to transition is because there's high demand for non-technical roles in tech. Okay, so the industry is rapidly advancing, roles are basically evolving. Organizations are spending a lot of money to digitally transform and to remain relevant and competitive in the market. So they're not playing small when it comes to recruiting the right professionals in the field. So roles like Agile Delivery Manager, Scrum, Project Manager, Business Analyst, all these roles are prime opportunities for you to transition your tech career into. And because they are high paying as well, it's going to be double win. One of my favorites is great work-life balance and flexibility, no matter where you are in the world. Guys, I've worked for companies outside of the UK. No matter where you are in the world, you can still work, especially when you're in tech. Okay, so there's opportunity for you to have remote working, for you to get flexible opportunities. We call it hybrid and fully remote options. And you're also able to have control of your schedule while maintaining that rewarding career. So for me, I'm able to do my school runs in the morning. I'm able to do pickups in the afternoon. I'm able to go to school plays, spend time with my children. Sometimes, guys, when I'm not feeling like it, I work from my bed in my pajamas. It happens like that. So there's that great work-life balance, and then there's flexibility as well. And one of the things that a lot of us are here is for growth and financial opportunities. So there's career growth. You're able to start. So for me, I started as a Scrum Master, right? And over the years, I've been able to move from Scrum Master to Agile Coach, Agile Delivery Manager, Program Manager, Release Train Engineer, all within a time span of transitioning into tech. And just because I started somewhere. So there's great career opportunities, and there's financial growth as well, because there's competitive salary, there's significant money that you'll be getting. I think the least, we're going to talk about salaries in a bit. And for all of our students that have gotten roles in tech, I was looking at it, I think it was last week. The least our students has earned in tech is £42,000. That is the least. And then I think the person that's earned the most was the lady that secured the £500 role per day. So she was on £500 per day. And I think she did the contract for 8 months. I'm not going to count myself. But for myself, I've been on a daily rate contract for over a year, rolling 2 years. So there are a lot of financial opportunities. And yeah, the reason why NabelTech is here also is to simplify that process for you. Make it easier so you don't stumble, give you the mentorship, give you the support. And one of the ways we're doing this is by organizing sessions like this, is by having trainings or boot camps, is by giving you books to buy, to read, to understand, giving you free templates and guides that can help you get your career in tech on the right track. So let's talk about how you then transition into tech. Let's break it down. I have here 8 proven steps that I've used and all my successful students have used. And the good news is you've already ticked one of the boxes. So the first one is look within the industry that's related to your current industry, or even hobby, or what you would like to do in tech. So a lot of people are here and you're like, okay, so I'm going to ask you now in the chat, what are some of the roles that you've considered in tech that you want to transition into? If you can put it in the chat, that will be helpful. It could be Scrum Master role, it could be Project Manager role, it could be business analysis. What are some of the roles that you've thought about that you'd be like, I would like to do this? For me, I said, okay, I wanted to do project management, somewhere for project management training. But later, I fell in love with Scrum Master. So Esther said Scrum Master, IJ Project, Z said PM, Project Planner, IJ. Oh, wow, that's good. Z said PM as well. So the first thing is you need to identify that industry that you want to go into and the role you want to transition into. Kafila said Scrum Master, Lesego said business analysis. That is amazing. The second thing you then need to do, which is where the hard work is you need to have a mindset shift. Okay? A lot of people say, Coach K, I want to transition into tech. And then 2 weeks after, I'll be like, Coach D, I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. Yes, you can. You need to believe in yourself. You need to have a mindset shift that this is something that you can achieve. Yes, it's not going to fall on your lap, but as long as you're able to push through, put in the effort, put in the time, put in the resources, you will definitely be successful. Okay, so have a mindset shift, believe in yourself. Then the next thing you need to do is to identify the skill sets that you have already. Remember, I said there's no way you're starting from the scratch. So what are the skill sets that you have that you can bring from this role into tech? So for some of the nurses, you would have excellent communication skills, right? You have interpersonal skills, you're goal-oriented, you're detail-oriented. Identify those soft skills or those transferable skills that you have. Then where we then come in is for you to attend a boot camp. So it's either you go to university and go and learn all those degrees and then spend a lot of money with plenty years there, or you attend a boot camp. What a boot camp does is basically to condense those time together for you, give you the same leverage, and then speed up your transition process. I attended a boot camp as well while I was transitioning, and I could say it was beneficial to my career journey. So attend the boot camp. That is why NabelTech is there. And from the boot camp, make sure that you also do internship or you get the relevant work experience. You could volunteer. From NabelTech, we have the training. The training is integrated into work experience as well. So you get to deliver a capstone project. You have to do the work, guys. Some people will be like, oh, I attended a boot camp and we were 80 on the project. There's no way you'll be 80 on the project and you will get your hands dirty. A lot of people don't land roles in tech because they are not confident. And you can't be confident when you don't know it. And the best way to know in tech is for you to do. So do an internship, get that work experience. From NabelTech will give you the right platform to work. You use the tools, you use the platforms, you would learn and will support you. Also, you need to get certified. Get certified. We're going to guide you on the best certification to take. We'll tell you when to take it, and we'll give you resources to take or to prepare for your certification. So it's like it is all rolled in one. And then you need to find the mentor, which is where we also come in. Get a mentor in the industry. One of the things I say is a mentor has practically seen what you want to see. They've been there, they've made the mistakes. So you don't make the same mistakes, okay? To get a mentor will help you, guide you, and even help you build your career development plan on where you want to get to in a couple of years. And then moving on, you then get to network. So talk to people. LinkedIn is a good tool. Even now, Instagram, TikTok is a great place to network. Look for people that are already doing what you want to do. Reach out to them. Hi, my name is Adekunle. I'm trying to transition into tech. This is what I've learned, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with you. A lot of people have reached out to me and said, Lola, please, can you be my mentor? How can you support me? And I'm like, oh, yes, absolutely. As long as I'm able to help, I'm happy to. So network, find a mentor, and then you're on the right track to success. And then you're going to ask me, Lola, you said all this now. How do I even know that I have the skill set to start? Where can I even start from? Now, let's look at some of the skill sets that is needed to transition into tech. And the good news is, like I said, you have some of these skill sets already. And if there's anyone that you feel like, not quite, then you can intentionally start building and developing it. And also during the course of the bootcamp with NabelTech, you get to practice and develop all these skill sets every day. So let's start with communication. You need to be a good or excellent communicator. And in as much as you're communicating to other people, you also need to have the active listening skills. So being able to listen, to understand what people are saying, and then to communicate and express yourself clearly. Teamwork is also important. There's never a day in tech, I would always say it, that I will wake up one morning in tech and I'm not working or talking to other people. So you would always collaborate, you would always work with other people. So teamwork is key. Then you need to understand how to solve problems. So let them say, oh, we're having a challenge. And you're like, hey, we're having a challenge. That's it. It's done. We are doomed. Always have a strategy in which you address challenges, you solve problems. And then you need to be able to serve and lead people. One of the key things in tech is nobody tells anybody what to do. You are all professionals. And you need to be able to support people to deliver the best and also lead them. But we don't lead by forcing people. We lead by influencing others positively. Okay? Also, you need to have attention to details. Don't little things. It matters. Me, you would always find notebook, pen, paper, sticky notes all around my office. And that's because I like to take notes. I don't want to miss out anything. So give attention to details. Be creative as well. Have fun ideas. Bring fun to your team. Or even fun ideas in which problem can be solved. Have excellent analytical skills, know how to plan effectively, and most importantly of all, for everybody on this course, because most of you are going for leadership roles, you need to understand how to manage people. That might be the simplest, but guys, that is usually the most trickiest part of it. People management. And this is me being a people manager of over 20 or 30 people within my team. So I know what I'm talking about. So understand how to manage people, from emotional intelligence to handle people with different personalities, different skill sets, people with different backgrounds as well. So all these are the skill sets that I personally feel you need to transition into tech. And if you're like, Lola, I've got communication skills, check, networking skills, check, problem solving skills, check, then you should sign up for the bootcamp anyway. You're halfway there. And then let's now talk about the difference between technical roles and non-technical roles in tech. So I was talking to someone 2 days ago. So the person was hoping to sign up for my bootcamp, and they wanted a career consultation course. So we got talking, and she was like, Lola, I want to do data analysis, and I don't want to code. And I'm like, all right, have you thought about technical roles or non-technical roles? And she was like, what's that? I just want to go to tech, and everybody says data, so I'm going to data. So what I want you to understand is when we talk about working in tech, there are different roles. There are roles that require you to have a technical background or a computer science degree, and there are roles that does not require you to have a technical background or a computer science degree. And for most of these big organizations that you see, they would always comprise of people with different skill sets and experience. So I'm going to ask a question now. Please feel free to put in the chat. Let's say, for example, we have Sky TV, for example. So Sky, the whole of Sky. Who are some of the people that you think will be working in Sky? Or what are some of the roles that you think are for the workers that are in Sky? So let's use the chat. If you think for those people that work in Sky, who are the people? So if you're looking at the TV side, you're looking at the tech side, if you're looking at operation side, business managers, yeah, thank you. Anybody? Journalists, yes, thank you. Software developers, yep. Because we also need to look at the technical side because they would always have a technical team. Editors, thank you. Anybody else? One thing that I want you to understand is project managers. Amazing. Thank you, Nana. Thank you, Yemi. Obi, thank you, Adezi and Edidion. Marketers as well. So for most of these organizations, it is not just people that are working in tech that is in Sky. We have people with different skill sets as well. So always bear in mind that for every big company that you see, there will always be a mix of technical roles and non-technical roles involved. Okay. So let's look at some examples of technical roles in tech. We have the software developer, we have the data architect or data modeler or data scientist, you have information systems or information security analyst, we have computer system analysts, we have data engineers, and a lot more. For non-technical roles, we have project managers, we have product managers, we have scrum masters or agile delivery managers, we have business analysts, we have digital marketing, sometimes we even have copywriters in the team. Okay, so this is just to let you understand that no matter which organization you work, you would always find a space for yourself. So don't let people tell you, oh, tech is competitive, there is no job. People are still getting paid every day. Okay, so believe that there are opportunities for you. Be focused on your own journey and you should be on the right track. So now let's talk about one of my favorite parts, salaries. Salaries of non-technical roles in tech. So if I'm to ask you a question now, and please feel free to use the chat. If you get your first tech role, how much are you looking at earning every year? Please feel free to use the stats. If you get your first tech role, what benchmark are you expecting? On an average, 120,000, 150,000. Put it in the chat. Let's see. What is the benchmark of your salary range? Let's see. Why I go over the salaries. So for Scrum Masters, it's between 45K to 80K UK pounds. Ayodeji said 50K. Obi said 40. Obi, give us more now. Nana said 42. Hey, everybody on this call is nice. So 42. Hey, Bitadi, I like you. 98K. Yes, that's what I want to hear. I just said 60. Z said 50. Guys, keep it coming in the chat. So for business analysts, it's usually between 33,000 pounds to 60,000 pounds. And sometimes it could be more. Hey, Kafilat has finished just. So Kafilat said 100, guys. Okay. Project managers will be between 45 to 75. Software testers will be between 25 to 45. Let's say for manual software testers now. Product managers is between 45 to 75 as well. And then UI UX designers or product designers will be 35 to 60,000 pounds. So these are some of the salary ranges for non-technical roles in tech. So for anyone that is looking to transition into tech, all this will give you a benchmark of the salary you should be looking at exploring when you get your role. Lekon said 70K. Thank you very much. I'm glad because nobody is going below 40,000 on the call. So that's reassuring a bit. Anybody else that wants to share the salary range with us, please feel free to share it in the chat as well. So all these are the benchmark for you. And just before I carry on to now start talking about what project management is, what Scrum is, I'm going to pause to take a minute to take questions and also to talk about the book. So feel free, if you have any questions before we move into the training or the teaching aspect, please feel free to raise your hand And like I said earlier, we have an exclusive gift for you for just £20. And this is a breakdown of how you can transition into tech. The link is in the chat. That means if you can share it again while I take questions. So over to you. Any questions on what I've taught so far before we carry on? Any question? It could be about the industry, it could be about salaries, it could be about interviews. Any question before we carry on? Or can we carry on? Guys, please ask me question. Oh, this is where you get to ask me question. IJ, please go on. Let me see if I can unmute you. Yeah, IJ, go on. Ask a question. How do you get remote jobs interviews for a start? So there are some sites that applies or that basically advertises remote roles. So my advice would be use LinkedIn very well. Okay, use LinkedIn very well. There are a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. I think on this book or in this book, I've added some job sites that you can use as well. I've added some job sites that you can use to apply for roles. Some of the sites that I use very well. And then I think on my personal page as well, I've added some job sites. So please feel free to use it. Indeed is also very, very good. Total Job is good as well. So feel free to explore those opportunities. How easy is it to find a job in the tech industry? I would say it depends on what you say it is easy or what you call easy. Some people are extremely lucky that their first interview, second interview, they're landing the roles. Some people would not even apply at all. And then some people, it could take them more time. So my own would be, it depends on you, the effort you're putting in, the time that you're putting in as well. Because I know some people will just apply for 2 jobs a day and you're expecting to get a job. It doesn't just happen like that. You have to be consistent in your journey, okay? When you're consistent in your journey, then you're more likely to get a job or secure a role quickly. Also, don't underestimate the part of training. Get trained properly. So by the time you get an interview, you're not wasting your interview slot. You're getting your jobs almost immediately. So IJ, let me take your question.
Okay, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
So my question is on the interview part.
Okay.
So have there been people who are in Nigeria who has gone through the boot camp with you and have been able to get sponsorship that brought them to the UK?
Sincerely, no. From Nigeria, sponsorship that brought them to the UK, no. UK sponsorship market is a little bit tricky now. And basically because of the whole immigration stuff, they pumped out a lot on it. And for any organization that needs to bring you in, needs to meet the salary threshold of £38,000, I think, and above. So most organizations or some organizations, because I know one of my one of the people that I worked with was in Nigeria, and my organization recruited him from the UK, but they did not bring in him. He was working for us even while he was in Nigeria. So I know there are some organizations that have that opportunity as well. One of our students interviewed last week with MTN from Nigeria. They actually wanted to recruit him from India for MTN. And I know he's passed the 4 stages in the second stage interview as well. So I wouldn't say most organizations would directly bring you in. It would be most likely that they employ you to work for them while you're in Nigeria.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My question is on certifications. Are certifications part of the training or you enroll in them separately? So we would always give you a certificate of completion at the end of the training, a CPD accredited, so that counts towards your learning point. However, there are standard industry recognized certifications that you need to take, like Prince 2, like APM, like BSM 1. So you need to take these separately outside the walls or outside the confines of the bootcamp. Okay. Someone said, I'm an introvert. Any career path suggestion in tech? An introvert will do well in any of these careers. I worked with amazing introverts that are very, very good at what they do, and they work in tech. So I would say tech is a field that supports both introverts and extroverts. As long as your strength is there, you're able to bring it into the work. So please don't feel because you're an introvert, tech is not for you. You can be a business analyst, you can be an agile coach, you can be an agile release manager. There are a lot of opportunities for you in tech, not just for extroverts as well. And then, Lola, please, if one wants to pay £1,000 for bootcamp, but wants to pay in installments, please, how would that be split? We definitely allow installments. Our finance team or our internal team will reach out to you and they can work out what payments suit you. So just have a chat with them, let them know how you want to split your payments, and then they will support you. Shouldn't be a problem. But for anybody that wants to join the bootcamp, we allow installment payments. So it's quite flexible for you to make your payments. And then finally, Lesogo said, I'm already working in tech, but want to move to business analysis. What would you recommend as the next steps? It depends on where you are in tech. If your role is, if you work closely with business analysts, you might just need to take 1 or 2 certifications to upskill into that role. But if your role is not close to the business analyst role or do not work very closely with them, my advice would be for you to take a bootcamp, upskill, take the right certifications, and update your CV and start applying for jobs. It is as direct as that. Okay, any other question before we dive into who a Scrum Master is and what Scrum is? By the way, there are 2 links in the chat for us. There's a link to also fill the form for anyone that will be looking to join our bootcamps. We have project management bootcamps, Scrum Master bootcamps, product management bootcamp, Agile Delivery Manager bootcamp, and business analysis bootcamp. They are all kicking off on the 18th of January. So next week, Saturday, bootcamps will kick off. If you've not filled the form already, because we know some of our students or some people that have signed up on the call, but if you've not filled the form already, please, the form is in the chat. Feel free to fill it, and then we will support you or would reach out to you. Esther, over to you before we crack on. Esther, we can't hear you if you're talking. All right, you can try now.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. For a second, I thought the mic has a mind of its own.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So I've just bought the book, the ebook, and I just want to know how to actually book a session with yourself.
So what would happen is, based from you purchasing the book, you're going to get an email from our team later tonight with a private link to my calendar. Please feel free to book the time slot that works for you, and yeah, we can catch up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Esther. All right, let's go on to project management. What is a project? This is one of my favorite topics to teach, okay? Before we start diving into bootcamp, pay, book, whatever, what is a project? I can bet that one way or the other, you've actually been involved in the project, but you did not know, or you did not just think too much of it. But now I would break it down to you, and then we'll now relate it to tech and what a project is like in the tech space. So I said in my slide that in simple terms, a project is a temporary effort to create something amazing and unique. Temporary effort. Remember, it's not permanent. To create something unique or amazing, or you get an output or an outcome out of it. It could be anything, but most importantly, it needs to have a start date and it needs to have an end date. Okay, it could be as simple as building a website, okay, or launching a bank app. That's all the technical part, or even organizing an event or creating a product. So projects are different from our regular day-to-day activities because it is always focused on achieving a specific goal within its specific time frame. So one of the things I like to use as an example is a birthday party. So let's say, for example, who would I like to use as an example? Please, can I have a volunteer? We need a volunteer, please. Can we have a volunteer? Anybody that would like to volunteer, please raise your hands and then we can use as an example. No volunteer? Or should I use myself? IJ, thank you. Okay, so let's say IJ, we want to plan a birthday party for IJ. So IJ, tell us in a few sentences now, what your dream birthday party should be, including the details, the location. Give us as much information as you want to give us. Over to you. Give us the dates for your birthday as well, because we need to know the dates you're working with. IJ is right. You don't know if you want to get an all expense paid birthday party. Okay, IJ, go for it.
Okay. First off, my birthday is on the 5th of July.
Yeah, July baby too. Oh, that's nice.
Yes, I'm a
July
baby.
20th as well. Oh, that's good.
Okay, so okay, let me just say the way I just think I would wish to have it this year. I'd like to do a photo shoot. I've never done a photo shoot for my birthday, so I want a photo shoot. And then I would also want to go somewhere on a vacation, somewhere nice and warm with white sand and blue waters.
Take me with you. Take me with you. Take me away out of this weather. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we inviting guests for your birthday? Do we have a budget we are working with? Do you have a location in mind? Give us all this information, because that is what is going to feed into our project, and give us like what your ideal party should look like if you're going to have a party as well.
I think it will be maybe 20 people.
20 people, okay.
20 people.
Who is going to act as our project manager while IJ is giving us the requirements? So, project manager, please. Anyone?
I'll pick Lola.
Lola, okay. Lola, if you're on the call, please be our project manager.
This is going to be fun. Okay, so 20 people.
Which Lola?
Is it Lola E, or is there another Lola we want to go? I think Kafilat says she's Lola.
Kafilat, yeah, I think it's the Kafilat.
Oh, Kafilat, over to you. You've been summoned. So Kafilat is our project manager. So Kafilat, over to you. So IJ is giving us the requirements now. So let's carry on. So she's giving us a thumbs up. IJ, carry on. So 20 people birthday party.
Yeah, so that includes oh no, should I do 10 people with their plus ones?
Okay.
So that'll be 20. Just something small, intimate. Maybe color theme would be just any bright color.
Bright colors, okay.
Any bright color, just
do we have
very beautiful. Hey Chimo, let me think.
So
like
let's say money is not a
rich
problem
Scrum
now.
Master now.
Let's
money is not the problem.
About money. So how much are you gonna look out for the party?
Will £5,000 be enough?
All right, thank you very much, IJ. All right, so IJ has basically given us a project to work on. IJ has given us the requirements, right? She wants us to plan and organize a birthday party for 20 people with a photo shoot included, and project manager Kafilat has taken notes. So, Lola, how much budget do we have for this birthday party? Is our project manager there? Or should I help? Oh, I think she needs to go off it. Okay, so our budget. Hello? Okay, Lola, go for it. How much do we have to spend on this birthday party?
So we have 5,000.
5,000. So for IJ's party now, based on your own expertise attending, I want to assume you and I will like one best, but if you don't, I will help. Based on your expertise, your experience attending parties, what are the things we need to put in place to give Kafilat a birthday party, a good one, with a £5,000? What are the things we need to put in place? What are the efforts, resources, time, people we need to put in place to get that party successful?
So she said she wanted to have it abroad. So maybe need to look at transport, booking the flights, finding a nice hotel, a photographer that's going to take a photo shoot, maybe her outfits. So if she's getting it sewn or she's buying something, recommend somewhere, a location for photo shoots, location for the party.
Are we going to eat at the party?
Food, drinks.
What about
waiter, venue?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
anything else you want to add before we move on?
Maybe the invitation, how she's going to notify her people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Lola, we definitely need to start a party planning company, you and I, because it seems like you're good at this.
I've been to too many parties. That's the problem.
Oh, nice. Good. All right. So now let's go back to our project management topic. I intentionally digress so we can see from another point of view. So let's bring this all together in form of a project. Our unique output, or what we want to create that is unique, is IJ's party. IJ has given us a date of the 5th of July. So we have an end date. However, what we then do is to bring all our efforts in, the resources, everything in, to give us that amazing output. That is a project. Okay? Remember, I then said a project will always have a start date. So let's say we're starting on Monday, we have a start date, we have an end date. And the same thing goes for tech projects as well. So let's say Barclays comes to us and say, everybody on this group, please build a bank app for kids ages 16 to 12 years old. Oh, sorry, 6 to 12 years old. That is the project we've been given. What do we need to do? We know the outcome or something unique we want to create at the end of the day is to have an amazing bank app that works for kids. Making it a project now means all the efforts that we're going to put into place to create that working software that then qualifies that project as a project. Okay, so now let's look at some of the examples that I've given you. I said, for example, building an app, organizing a community event, or even a workshop. One of the key things I want you to bear in mind is projects usually have 3 key elements that you need to bear in mind. We would have scope. That is, what are we trying to achieve? You need to understand what we're trying to achieve. And that was why we asked IJ, what do you want us to achieve? She said, oh, I want the party abroad. That is something that's going to be within our scope. So let's say she says, oh, the party must be in the UK. Then we know that is out of scope for us. Okay. Then time. What is the time frame that we are working with? So for example, from now till July the 5th, you're going to calculate the date backwards. So let's say tentatively we have 6 months, give or take. And then we also need to understand the resources that we have or that we need. What are the people or the resources we need, the budgets, the tools? What are the expertise that we need to bring all these together? And then now that we understand what project is, managing the project simply means we are bringing in our expertise, our knowledge, our experience, our skill sets, the resources to deliver a project successfully. Okay, so project management is the art or the science of planning, organizing, and overseeing a project to make sure that it is completed successfully. And we achieve that goal. You know, that's something unique that we said at the beginning that we want to achieve. We're making sure that we achieve that something unique, that outcome that we set at the beginning of the project, making sure that we achieve it. And what does the project manager do? Your own responsibility is to guide everybody, resources, people, moving parts, stakeholders, third-party partners, customers, guiding everybody to make sure that we are able to deliver the project on time, within budget, and within scope. And you do this from end to end. End to end means from starting to finishing of the project. So what does project managers need to do on a project? Okay, 1, you need to plan. Plan means you need to define what needs to be done, how are we going to do it, and who is going to do it. So based on IJ events now, Lola needs to identify who do we need for this project to be successful. What do we even need to do? How are we going to do it? Do we need to call Ryan here and book flights? Do we need to find an hotel? Do we need to organize food, get someone to take pictures? All those are part of the planning phase, okay? Then we now need to organize it. We need to arrange the resources. We need to assign the roles. Okay, Ayodeji, you are responsible for the flight. Francis, you are responsible for making sure that everybody travel okay. Another person is responsible for getting the event planner. Everybody needs to understand what their roles and responsibilities is. And we also need to have a timeline that we are working with. We can't just say, yes, she said it's 5th of July, but we can have a party for her in December. You need to stick to your agreed timeline. We then need to monitor and keep track of our progress. Okay, keep track of the progress, make adjustments when we need to, and make sure that any issues or challenges that we face during the course of the project is successfully resolved. And then lastly, most importantly, we have to deliver. So for Barclays project now, for the delivery phase, you have to make sure that the final products that we built meet the standard that Barclays have set. So can I ask a question now? Who knows the color that Barclays uses for their branding? If you can put it in the chat, what is Barclays branding color? So let's say we now finish the project, we decide to use the color of my cup, and we decide to use the color of this tissue. Have we been able to build the project successfully to Barclays standards? So Barclays uses blue and white. Thank you. So imagine we now finish building the project and the project has pink and white. Does that meet the value or meet what Barclays has said for us to do? No. So that means we need to make sure that we deliver to the right standard, to the right quality based on the agreed guidelines at the beginning of the project. So for beginners that are deciding to go into project management, okay, one of the things you need to bear in mind is your project could be as simple as building a new landing page or software feature for your organization. It could be even coordinating a team to build a website or to start a new project. It could even be to build a work on a project to improve a company's security or banking platform, whatever it is. A project could be anything, especially in tech. And one of the things I said here is project managers are very, very key. One of the things I'm shouting about recently is I don't see that role evolving or going out of scope anytime soon. In fact, most of our students that have gotten sponsorships recently have gotten sponsorships in project manager roles. Okay, so the tech industry would always, people in tech would always start projects, either they like it or not. They will always look for something to improve. They will always want to introduce something new. And because of that, there would always be need and demand for Scrum, so for project managers to help deliver these projects successfully end to end. So starting a career in project manager would definitely give you more opportunities to work in tech, opportunities to earn more, get more work-life balance, just like we talked about earlier, and to solve amazing problems as well. And now let's look at the other aspects of project management, which is Scrum. What does Scrum mean? I'm sure some people will be like, Scrum, what's that? I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, Scrum? I went on the internet, what's a Scrum? What does that mean? So the name Scrum was gotten from the game of rugby. So if anybody that loves to play rugby here, then you're good. And this is where you will see the players, maybe after they've played, they will come together, put their arms around one another, strategize, and then go back and then play again. And to just break it down, Scrum is a framework that we use to deliver projects. It's a framework that we use to deliver projects, especially in tech. But when you hear the word Scrum, I don't want you to start thinking it's so vague. Scrum helps teams to work together effectively and to deliver projects successfully as well. So Scrum, that framework helps us, you and I, to work together, no matter our location, no matter where we are, in order to be able to deliver successful software projects. And the good thing is Scrum is not just applied or used in tech alone. Scrum has opened up to other industries, education, finance, real estate, and it is widely adopted now. Okay, so one of the things you need to bear in mind is for Scrum, in order for us to deliver projects successfully in Scrum, you know that big project that Barclays gave us, we need to break it down into smaller parts. Okay, and then those smaller parts, we then deliver it over a short period of time in bits and pieces. So let's say, for example, we are building that bank app. We can say, okay, week 1, we are going to deliver the landing page or the home page for our bank app. Week 2, we are going to deliver international banking. Week 3, we are going to deliver overdraft. Week 4, we are going to deliver direct debit options. All these things, even though we are delivering the main bank app, right? We are breaking down the key deliverables into smaller parts. And then this can be built or completed in shorter time periods. And our short time periods, we call them sprints. Okay, so imagine you're running a relay race. That short time period, or you're running 100-meter sprints. What happens is, at the end of that short time period, we would always work together. We deliver something of value, and then we start again. We deliver something of value, and then we start again. We deliver something of value. Okay? So now that we understand that Scrum helps Scrum teams or teams to build, deliver projects successfully, work effectively, break down bigger tasks into smaller, manageable ones, and deliver it in short time boxes called sprints. Okay? Scrum focuses on helping us to deliver value regularly and consistently to our customers. Also, Scrum is open to change. Scrum is flexible. So let's say we've delivered the landing page for Barclays. Barclays will say, we don't like that color. Please change the color from deep blue to wine or to navy blue and change this to white. We'll say, okay, that's fine. We'll go on and improve it. So we are very flexible, we are agile, we are open to change, and we are continuously improving and getting better in what we do. Okay, so now let's look at some of the key concepts of Scrum. What are the key things you need to know in Scrum? The first one I've talked about is called sprints. Sprints are short time boxes that the team work together and that tasks needs to be completed by. And in Scrum, according to the Scrum guide, it should not be longer than 4 weeks and it should not be shorter than 1 week. It should not be longer than 4 weeks and shorter than 1 week. Most tech companies in the UK go with 2 weeks sprint cycle or 2 weeks sprint cadence. So that means every 2 weeks we work together, we deliver value, we start again. Every 2 weeks we work together, we deliver value. Then another concept is called the daily stand-up, or we call it the daily Scrum. And that is just a brief meeting where all the people within a team meet together to talk about their progress towards what they are working on. So let's say, for example, within the team, we have Esther as the project manager, we have Ayodele as the Scrum Master, we have IJ as a developer, we have Lola as a tester. Everybody will come together every day for 15 minutes to talk about what they've done and how they are making a progress towards the goal that they've set for themselves. And then another one we have is the backlog. A backlog is more we call our to-do list, or my favorite part, I say, is a shopping list. So it's a list of all the requirements of functionalities that we need to deliver in our bank app or in our features or our functionalities. So I'm going to ask you a question now. If you think of your bank app, the last time you used your bank app, what are some of the features or functionalities that you have in your bank app? Can you remember? Please put it in the chat. Let me see. What are the features? What are some of the things or capabilities that your bank app has? We can also call them features. A list of that will be populated in a document called the product backlog. And then that product backlog is then what we work from. So everything we get to deliver as a team is from that list. So thank you, Nana. Nana said funds transfer. That's good. Making transfers as well, direct debit, international transaction, checking your bank balance. All these are the requirements or the elements that will go into your product backlog. Loans, very, very good. Security, yes, all that is part of it as well. Applying for a credit card, yes, IADG, you are correct. So now, who is a Scrum Master? Guys, if there's some forms in the chat, please feel free to fill those forms. For those that would like to join the bootcamp, if you've not signed up, there's a form in the chat to sign up to join the bootcamp. And I'm just pausing there to see if anybody has questions. And for anyone that would like to get the ebook is £20. It comes with free guides. It comes with career consultation call, just to be sure that you're taking the right step working in tech. So now, my favorite, who is a Scrum Master? So imagine you decide one morning like I did, and I said, okay, that's Scrum. That is what I want to do. Who is then a Scrum Master? I think there was an organization that I went into, right? I went into that company as, so if you fill the form, do you need to fill it again? No, as long as you fill it once, you're fine. I went into the company as a consultant. A consultant means I went there to help them improve their processes. I went there to look at how, I went there to see how they can get better. And I went there to support their team in setting up their team. Okay. So when I went there, I've worked in that company for a week. And when you're a contractor and you've worked for a week, that means they paid you every day for a week. And then one of their stakeholders said, Lola, what is your role again? I said, oh, I'm a Scrum Master. And he said, what does that mean? What do you do? And I'm like, what? You're paying me every day and you don't even know what I'm here to do. Like, imagine. So now let's break it down. Who is a Scrum Master? The first thing we call about Scrum Masters, or what we call the Scrum Masters that is very popular, is we call Scrum Masters servant leaders. So that means you're there to serve your team and you're there to lead. And I know some people will be like, would I be a servant and I'm a leader? It's a very, very odd combination. However, you're there to be more like a coach and a mentor. Have you ever watched football before? And you can see the coach dribbling with guys, I'm rubbish with football. Please give me the name of a footballer. Drogba was a footballer now. I got a bit. Ronaldo, yes. Have you ever seen a coach? Messi, thank you, IJ. I don't know how people play football. I see 22 adults running after an inflated balloon, and I can't seem to get the concept of it. So, have you ever seen a coach dragging the ball with Messi before, and he's trying to score goal while Messi is trying to score goal? Has that ever happened before? Guys, does that happen, or have you seen it before? That the coach is on the field kicking the ball with the footballers, trying to score goal, it doesn't happen. That is the same thing that happens in Ayodeji said, nah. The same thing that happens in Scrum. A Scrum Master is a coach and a mentor. Okay? You're there on the sidelines. It's an enabling role. So you're there to enable your team to be successful, to deliver value. Okay? So a Scrum Master is more, some people call them a team lead. I call them a servant leader. And they are there to help the team work using the Scrum way of working, or using the Agile way of working. You know that Scrum way of working that I explained earlier? They are there to help the team use this way of working to guide them to be able to deliver value. Scrum Masters also remove any impediments, any challenges that the team is facing. They are there to unblock it and move things out for them. So let's say, for example, we need Daniel to give us a sign-off, and IJ's team can't get hold of Daniel because Daniel is not answering them. And then Lola is the Scrum Master for Daniel's team. Lola would reach out to Daniel and say, Daniel, please, can I get a quick 15 minutes with you? Please, can you give my team member sign off? We've been waiting for this. We've been doing this. And then Daniel will give us a sign off. What IJ has done there is to remove the blocker, or you've basically removed any blocker or impediment that your team is having. Is solving the problem for them. That is what the Scrum Master does in short terms. And they are there to ensure that the team can focus on what is important, which is delivering value. So what are the main responsibilities of a Scrum Master? We usually facilitate the Scrum events. So Scrum has a set of guidelines, rules, and processes. And all these events, Scrum Masters are there to run these events or ceremonies. Okay, like the 15 minutes catch-up that we talked about earlier, the Scrum Master facilitated. The planning of the work that needs to be done, sprint planning, the Scrum Master facilitated. The review of what has been completed, sprint review, Scrum Master facilitates all this meeting. So sometimes the Scrum Master wears the hat of a facilitator. You also remove impediments. You encourage your team to work better, to be focused on delivering value, ensure that everybody is aligned, and then supporting continuous improvement of your team. For Scrum Masters, if you're planning to go into Scrum Master as a beginner, this is a very good career to start in. I did as well. And I know quite a number of my students that started with this role as well. It doesn't require coding skills. And with the right certification, with the right training, with the right work experience, you are on your track to securing good roles. Lekon said, as a teacher, I'm more or less a Scrum Master. Yes, yes. I had education management background. I used to teach as well when I was in Nigeria. Yes, by all means. So yes, I basically do all IT work for my co-workers. That is how I serve them. Though it is tedious, but I'm kind of fulfilled doing it. Oh, well done, Lekon. That's really good. We are proud of you on the call. So now that we know a bit about project management, about Scrum, one of the things I want to just share before we now talk about, or we start rounding up it. All these roles are good roles, including business analysis. We run boot camps on business analysis, Scrum, projects, and Agile Delivery Manager and products. All these roles are good roles that you can transition into, and with good pay as well. So with the right support, you should be able to do well and thrive in these roles. And some of the tools you're going to use while you're on the boot camp to learn and to practice and to get your work experience will be Jira. Jira is our main project management tool. Confluence is our documentation tool. okay, that allows us as a team to create documents, artifacts, for project managers, scrum masters. We use all these tools. We have tele-retro as well. This is where we do retrospective to look at how we can improve as a team. We have LMS, so we have a learning management platform. In case you miss any class, you miss any lecture, all the sessions will be recorded and you can go back to rewatch at your own convenience as well. And then we have Slack. Slack is our main mode of communication. We are very, very professional. And because most tech organizations in the UK uses Slack, so we have intentionally launched Slack. I've been on an interview before, and the question they asked me was, Lola, have you used Slack before? I'm like, yes. Imagine they ask someone and you say, oh, I'm a tech, I work in tech, and you've not used Slack before. So we intentionally use the right industry tools, even though it is expensive. Yeah, we use the right tools just to make sure that you're set up for success. And then what are some of the perks that you get by training with us at NabelTech? We have small class sizes. I think for the project now, that means I think we have like 8 or 9 people on each project. I don't even think they're up to it. Or 9 people on each project. So we have small training classes, small class sizes. So you're able to get that one-to-one personalized support. We have hands-on training and personalized support. We have expert-led trainings. Everybody that's going to be teaching the classes are professionals in their field, including me. So everybody have got years of experience. They're certified. They're industry experts. So you have to be sure, be rest assured that we're going to teach you the relevant thing that is needed for you to secure that role. Also, we have the right curriculum. In fact, one of the things I'm doing now is I'm rewriting all the training materials. I'm starting all over again. So relevant curriculum, access to in-demand industry. We have the tools, we have templates. Right now, I think we have like 5 people that works at Jaguar Land Rover. And one of them, when she got the job, she said, oh, Coach D, my team does not have anything at all. What do I do? They don't have any templates. I said, okay, all the templates that you used in the bootcamp, go and replicate it on the team. And she did it, guys. Guess what? They gave her employee of the month. So we have all the industry tools and templates that you can use and replicate in your workspace, which will even make you more successful. And then we are CPD accredited. So you ensure that we're a certified training body. We're not just doing it by the sideline. We are excellent at what we do. We want to make sure that we deliver the best to our students, and we're not going to compromise on quality at any time. So where does some of our alumni work? Some of our students, we just got few here. We have quite a number of people at Jaguar Land Rover, British Telecoms, NHS, MBDA, Sky UK. We have someone in the London Stock Exchange. We have University of Sutherland, quite a number of people at Morrison's, Lloyds Bank, University of Leeds, to name a few. And there are loads more that we can't put here. And then you'll be thinking, how long is the bootcamp for? Our bootcamps are for 8 weeks, which is 2 months. Over the course of the 2 months, these are the step-by-step approach that we take. And this is what it would look like for you. So from week 1, we start with onboarding. From onboarding, you start your training straight away. While you're starting your training, you get access to LMS, you get access to your workspace, which is on Slack. You get access to the relevant training materials, workbooks, assignments, just to make sure that you're set up for success. Then real-life classroom training continues into week 3. Week 4, you officially kick off your capstone project. We usually deliver projects for our customers or some of our clients. So depending on what the project brief is, you get to deliver exciting projects every cohort. Then when we kick off the project, you start having your project sessions, you start running your sprints, you start delivering your projects. You also have one-to-one mentorship, you have coaching as well. You also have community of practice, you have knowledge sharing within your team. From week 7, we start doing the project review, you start doing your career workshop, we review your CV, we share your LinkedIn, we help you with LinkedIn optimization, depending on the tier that you go for. However, if you decide to go for the lower tier, that's fine. We have general sessions in place that you can always go and watch, or live sessions that you'll be part of as well. And then from week 8, we're happy for you to start applying for roles, making sure that you've taken minimum of 1 certification while you're on the bootcamp. And then once you get your job, we're happy to give you reference or the job support until you are confident in your role. So this is what our success roadmap looks for us over the 8 weeks period. There's so many things that go on in here, but it can't all fit into the slide. And I just want to share 3 success stories with us as we start generally, smallly, gently rounding up. So one of our students was a stay-at-home mom. I'd always try not to mention her name because she just bought a house. She's a stay-at-home mom of 2. She reached out to me. She joined the bootcamp actually. She joined the Scrum Master bootcamp. She was also one of my private mentorship students. With the training, with the support, we're able to build her confidence. I prepared her for interviews. She was able to secure a £65,000 role. The last time I caught up with her, she said, Lola, I've just been promoted to senior Scrum Master. And she just bought a property as well. The other day, she said, you don't know what you did, but you practically changed my life. And I feel feedbacks like this just makes or reinforces the fact that things are happening for people. And because my own life also changed from working in tech, God has been so faithful to use this part to support me. And I feel like I won't stop shouting about it, at least until people start seeing difference. I won't. Then one of our next students is a master's student, came into the country for masters, completed masters. I remembered when we got talking, said, oh, Lola, I'm here in the bootcamp because I want sponsorship. I'm not here because I want sponsorship. So we said, okay, you know what? NHS definitely sponsors, and that is where you need to target your application to. You completed the bootcamp, started applying, got a sponsorship opportunity with NHS, did 6 months into that role, got another sponsorship with better pay again. So that person is on the second sponsorship with NHS. And I think the last time we spoke, they are on £55,000. And then the last person I'll talk about is one of my amazing students. In fact, I'm still going to see them today. This person landed a job after 1 month of completing the bootcamp to earn £500 per day and got the job at the first interview. Guys, the funniest thing is when this person got the job, the person did not ask. The person did not ask. The person was thinking, oh, it was just going to be a salary. And then I said, oh, so how much are they willing to offer? He said, Coach, I did not ask you. Let me go back and ask. And then she went back, asked, and then called me and was crying. I said, are you crying? They said it's 500. I said, 500. For how many days? Said 5 per day. I like, okay. So I understood. So yes, she got the job at £500 per day, did really well. She ran the contracts for 8 months before they retained her to be a full-time staff at that organization. So all these are amazing success stories that we have from our students. And I'm not going to carry on without still referring back to our exclusive gifts from me to you at an amazing discount, which I feel like is really, really good. And in this book, you get the templates, the guide, the breakdown of how I did it, and even an exclusive overview of the different roles, and including email templates to send to recruiters, to follow up after emails, to send to mentors that you are looking to basically work with or to support you as well. And this book goes as £20. The link is in the chat. That means helping me post the link. The link in the chat. For those that bought the books, you get an email from us tonight giving you a free link to book your time slot into my calendar, and then we get to work together on your career. And I'm really excited about this opportunity. And I also want to play this video so you can hear from our amazing students that have been on the bootcamp, and we can talk more about our offerings afterwards. So I think the two is playing together at the same time. So let's start again. Thank you, everyone. I think if I'm able to play for Anna, I don't know why it's Ange. But yeah, Anna was one of our students as well. She was also able to secure a role after completing a boot camp. And I believe Anna earned, she was one of the people that got the 500 per day contract. Beautiful. Thank you very much. So let's talk about our offerings at NabelTech. So we have 3 main tier for our training. So project management trainings, business analysis, Scrum, all these trainings. And we have Agile Delivery Manager training as well. So our Scrum Master training is now rolled into. So we have the Scrum Master training and Agile Delivery Manager training as one. So we have 3 different tiers. We have the light version, we have the advanced version, and we have the premium version. Light comes with the training, the capstone projects, access to tools, real life work experience, access to LMS, exam, certification preparation, get reference, and get career consultation with the team. And for advanced, you have all that. However, you have CV review and LinkedIn optimization. So that means they're going to help you rework your CV, and we are going to help you review and rewrite your LinkedIn profile by ourselves. And therefore, lastly, for premium comes with everything plus career coaching. So you'll be part of my 6 months career coaching group. You also get direct mentorship from me. You get on-the-job support. You get direct interview prep as well. And all that lasts for 6 months. Even after the bootcamp, you're still going to be working with me until you land your role. So these are some of the offerings. I know you'll be thinking, Coach D, what's going on? Can I pay in installments? Yes, we do allow installment payments. I thought my camera was on. We do allow installment payments. As long as you're able to complete your payments within the course of the bootcamp. Yes, you can split it in 1 installment, 2 installments, or maximum we try not to go up beyond 3 installments as well. So no matter the tier you go for, you can split your fee in installments as well. And we have different payment options. You can pay through PayPal, you can do pay later, you can do direct bank transfer as well. And that is where I would be stopping today to take questions. So over to you. If there's any question you want to ask, please feel free to ask me. We're going to do that for the next 5-10 minutes and we would move on. Any question at all? How can we access the recording of the live class in case you want to rewatch? We're going to share the recording with you or in an email, so you can always go back and catch up with it. Z, go on, please. Let me unmute you.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
Hello.
Right, so hello. Yeah, so I'm looking to sign up for the Scrum Master and pay in installments. And I've been sent the flyer by email because I attended your last webinar. And I was wondering, if I wanted to pay an installment, do I just ring the number on the registration flyer?
So the number of the registration flyer is mine too. Feel free to buzz me anytime.
Okay, okay.
And then our team would also reach out to you. So Zizi, I'll tell Dami to reach out to you now.
Okay.
Or Dami, please, can you follow up with Z? Or Z, if you fill the form in the chat, I can get someone to call you straight away after the call and set that up with you.
Okay. But I've already filled the form before.
Filled the form before?
Yeah,
okay,
that was
all right.
the last, yeah.
All right, Dami, please, can you follow up? And if Lulu is on the call, Dami, Lulu on the drive, please help follow up with Z. All right, someone on the team will reach out to you.
Thank you.
Sure, I'll follow up. All righty. Do you need a Prince 2 or PMP certification before you land a job? It is not compulsory, but it is advisable to have it. And I'll tell you why. And this is from someone that interviews people. When it comes to the job market. The job market is becoming a tad competitive. And me, I'm not going to lie to you. There are some basic certifications that I expect you to have as a professional. So let's say, for example, you are a project manager now. I expect you to have minimum of Prince 2 foundations. So for me, I would say, especially if you're going into the market newly as someone in tech, please, minimum of 1, have it on your CV. So my advice would be take Prince 2 foundations, and then you should be able to apply for job with just the foundation. Quite a number of our students have gotten jobs with just that foundation. So you don't need to do the advanced or the practitioner one, just the certification, just the foundation one, you're good as well. Rachel said, in 2 months, can I go from being a complete beginner to the position where I can land a role? The last time I used a LAPI was 2009. Rachel, yes, you can. I can guarantee you. However, it is not just going to be a walk in the park that you will wake up one morning and it will fall on your lap. I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. You need to put in the work, the effort, and the time. Is it going to be easy? We will try to make it. We will make sure that it is easy for you. We'll give you everything you need. However, you need to meet us halfway. Okay? However, the 2 months, it is very, very sufficient. In fact, those that you heard from them, there was another one that I did not play. We're all on the boot camp. They did 2-month training and they landed their roles as well. So yes, 2 months is definitely a good timeline. But remember, you also need to put in the work. You need to put in the work. But that is where we come and we'll support you 100%. All right. See, any other question before we call it an evening? Please feel free to ask me questions. It could be about the trainings. It could be about the ebook. It could be about landing a role. It could be about interviews. If there's no training, if there's no more question, then we can call it a night. Are all the programs the same price? Yes. So project management and agile delivery manager, scrum master, product BA, they're all the same price. And they all have the same tiers as well. All right. See, all right. Thank you, Francis. If there's no other question, I won't hold you ransom on the call anymore. Z, please, just before we go, can you tell us for your full name or your real name? That is trying to get across to you. Someone said, what time are the classes? Classes are Saturdays and Tuesdays for project managers, and for Scrum Masters or Agile Delivery Managers, it is Saturdays and Wednesdays. For Product Managers and Business Analysts, it is Saturdays and Thursdays. Okay, so we'll have 1 session in the weekend, 1 session during the week. Weekend sessions are usually in the morning, so between 10 to 11, 10 to 12, 12 to 2. And then evening sessions will be between 6 to 7, just 1 hour during the week. So we have touch points with you and then make sure that you're okay. So classes are every Saturdays. Someone said, how much exactly? Our courses start from £600, £800, and £1,000. 600, 800, 1,000. When is it for Scrum again? Scrum is Saturdays 12 to 2, and then Wednesdays 6 to 7. 12 to 2, 6 to 7. And please, it is Agile Delivery Manager and Scrum Master training together. So you're doing 2 trainings in 1. So it is 12 to 2 and then 6 to 7 Saturdays and Wednesdays respectively. Price for Prince 2. For Prince 2 certification, is it okay to start now or start after the bootcamp? For Prince 2, I will say to start now. Start reading now. You don't need to take the exam immediately because all you need to do is pay. They'll give you a voucher. You can do it whenever. But please start now. Everything you're going to learn during the bootcamp is tailored towards Prince 2 as well. In fact, there's a particular topic that all I'm teaching in that topic is Prince 2 Foundation, and Prince 2 Agile. Okay, so the training itself is still tailored towards Prince 2 and it's tailored to Prince 2 Agile. So my mindset for project managers or Agile project managers is at the end of this bootcamp, you should be able to get both a project manager role and a Scrum Master role together. So it's like you're learning 2 things in 1. Because some of our students have gotten roles as Agile project managers and it's really, really good and they pay them well. And then for Scrum Masters and Agile Delivery Managers, at the end, you should be able to apply for Agile Delivery Manager roles and Scrum Master roles. So when everybody is applying for 1 job, you guys should be applying for 2 roles at the same time. So that opens up more opportunities for you. Thank you, Kafilat. Great session. Thank you. Guys, please feel free to give us a feedback in the chat. Definitely helps me. And let me know what I need to improve on for the next one. Are the classes recorded for the people that are working so that you can watch it again? 100% yes. So all the sessions are recorded, okay? And the recordings are uploaded on the LMS platform. So whenever you're free, let's say, for example, you're at work, you can make the class. What I would always advise is please watch the class before the next Saturday session. Okay, so that way you are up to speed with everybody else. If you don't have a question during the course of the class or any after watching, if you have any question, you can then come to me, come to Dami, would always answer any of your questions, or just bring it to the class the next day. I would answer and then make sure that you're fine. Do we offer face-to-face meetup and networking events? Yes, so NabelTech is going to be 3 in June. So Dami and Lulu is putting together a 3 years anniversary event and a networking event for us. So keep your eyes peeled on the calendar. We're going to reach out when it's June for a party. And for those that are in Manchester, we have to see. We have to see. All right. So yes, we have LMS. The recording will be sent, if not tonight, it will be sent first thing tomorrow morning, but we'll try as much as possible to extract the recording and share it with you all tonight. Please, if you are not on our email list, because I know some people just sent their emails to me directly, please, can you fill the form? Because if you don't fill the form, we might not be able to send the recording to you. So please, if you are not on our email list, you can fill the form in the chat to make sure that the recording gets to you tonight, because that is the form that we're going to use to send, or that is basically the email we're going to send the email back to, or to send the recording back to as well. All right, sorry, but when will the recording be sent? Okay, yeah, we're going to send the recording to you later today. Any other question, Tim? Any other question? Anything else? Please feel free to reach out. We are NabelTech on Instagram, NabelTech on TikTok. For those that want to have one-to-one consultations with me, please reach out on our social media platforms. We can help. If you bought the book tonight, you automatically get that. So we're going to send the invites to you tonight to book a slot in the calendar. And for those that have already signed up for the bootcamp, looking forward to next week, Saturday now, 18th. Yeah. Looking forward to 18th, hoping to support you on your journey, make sure that you're okay, and yeah, get you started. Abigail said, just to confirm, if you're not able to attend one of the classes, are we able to rewatch it? Yes. Yes, you'll be able to rewatch 100% whenever you want it as well. And you will also be able to rewatch old classes. So let's say you were just in this cohort, you'll be able to rewatch previous classes that I've taught in the past, and you can use that to basically upskill. So it's not just your own class videos that you can watch. You can watch old recordings, old classes, see what I've taught those people as well. And then, yeah. So not just your own session, that's it. Oh, you inspired me a lot. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much. Is the class being streamed on any other platform apart from Teams currently? No. So this class is just on Teams, but the recording will be shared later on. We'll try to do some extracts from the class to put it on our social media platform, but we always reserve this exclusive rights to you guys that you sign up to join us. And Abigail said, oh, great, perfect. Thank you. All right, I think I've gone through all the chats. I've gone through all the questions. If there's anything else I've missed, I think I've sent direct emails to all of you by myself. So feel free to reply back to my email. We can catch up whenever. But thank you so much for your time tonight. It's been lovely speaking with you and getting to know you better. I'm really excited about the opportunities. And the only thing I want to leave you with tonight is your career journey belongs to you. Okay? And I'm talking because of all the experiences I've had as well. If someone had told me that a couple of years down the line, you'll be working in tech, you'll be a consultant, you'll be doing this, you do this, you do this, I'm like, what? But all this has become possible because, number one, I took a bet on myself. I know there's always an element of fear or what if it doesn't work out? What if this is another training? But my question back will always be, what if it then works out? What if it becomes the best decision that you've taken? I would always say that 800 pounds that I paid for the training that I did was the best investment I've made so far, because that 800 pounds, guys, I've made more in multiplication. So believe in yourself, decide to put in the work, decide to put in the time. It's time to put in the resources. I'm not going to be the training company that will tell you, don't worry, just sneeze. Chishion, we'll give you a job tomorrow morning. I'm not going to lie to you, because I did not just sneeze. And I know those that have gotten jobs did not just sit down and the job fell on their laps. However, is it possible? Yes. And if anything you take away is, if Lola can do it with a coconut head, then I can do it. If I can sit down and say, okay, I'm reading, then you can do it way better. And there's nothing that says you can't even do way better. Me, I started at 65,000 pounds. My first salary in tech was from, I think, 16,000 pounds. I'd be 14,000 pounds with NHS to 65,000 pounds. See the jump. That was my first salary. And that's the least I've ever earned in tech. Like the least. I've earned 1,003 a day. I think the maximum I've earned is 1,003 per day. And I've been on contracts that's been over 12 months, 16 months, 18 months contracts, and they were resigning it and they were paying me per day. So that is just to let you know that all these things is possible. I know the first time I spoke to someone that I wanted to work in tech, and my friend got a job there. She got a 35,000 pounds role. I said, my friend got a job for 35,000 pounds. The person I was sharing it with, and I said, I'm planning to work in tech. The person told me, it's a lie. You only get that type of money in nursing. Tech will never give you that type of money. Better don't waste your time. Go and finish your healthcare assistant job and go and apply for nursing. And that kind of took me back a bit. And I'm not going to lie, I got discouraged. In fact, I stopped. They said I can't hand that job, that money. And I just stopped. But later I just felt, you know what? That is his own opinion. What if I actually try? Yes, 65,000 pounds. That was the first salary I got in tech. What if I actually try? And when I got my job and I signed a contract, and that was 65,000 pounds base. So plus my bonus and plus my other benefits and everything, it rolled into 70,000 pounds. When I got the job, I could not tell the person how much I was earning. So they say, how much are you? And they say, I shall got the job. Thank God. I couldn't tell. And when I started earning, so my first contract rate was at 565 per day. 565 per day, and I was fully remote. I never went to that office one day like this. I was fully remote and I was on 565 per day. And at that point, if I could get other people to believe that this is possible. I think there was a particular webinar that I did that I sent a screenshot. I showed them my contracts. Because someone was like, I don't believe you. And I said, okay, hold on. So I went into my email, I brought out the contract for the role I just signed, and then I showed him. I was like, so it's true. So yes, it is actually true. And the brain power, the effort that you use is definitely less compared to what you're using where you are now. Trust me, I can say that. Definitely less. The only thing you need to do is believe in yourself. Put in the work. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you believe in Big Bang Theory, that's fine. Believe in something, your spirituality, believe there's a God, believe someone will help you. But you also need to comfort. You can't pay for training, and I know some people will pay for training and they will not turn up. And I'll be the one calling them, hello, you're not in class. You're not going to make a difference that way. And imagine if I can make my little girl. So I was asking my daughter, I said, so Bella, what do you want to be when you grow up? She said, oh, I want to work with computers like mommy. And I was like, are you not going to be a doctor? I said, no, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to work with computers like my mommy. If I could inspire my little girl, if I could inspire other people around me to get better, imagine how many people that is linked to you that will be successful just because you got a job in tech. At least NabelTech, we've trained over 2,000. If you check for 2024, we're definitely around 2,300, 2,400 people. Imagine I decide not to go into tech. That means 2,300 or 2,400 people might not have been positively affected by me. They might have gone somewhere else. And those that have gotten jobs might not have gotten the jobs that they got. Okay? So please bear in mind as well. So someone said short-term contracts or permanent contracts. So for contract roles in tech, there are two different types. And maybe I'll do a webinar on that later. There's fixed-term contracts and there's daily rate contracts. Fixed term contracts will usually be over a period of time, and they will pay you a big bulk figure like salary. So my first role was a fixed term contract, and then that was why they paid me £65,000 base and then £70,000 overall. However, after I left that role, the next role that I got was a daily rate contract. So they paid $565 per day. So the difference is, for that daily rate contract, there is also two types. So the first type is they will pay you the money yourself. They will pay you all the, so let's say you do, someone will help me with mathematics. So let's say in that month, you did 22 days in a month. So please someone help me calculate. That is 565 times 22. That will be your salary in the month. Okay. So that salary, the first type of contract is the one that you are self-employed, which is what the ones that I do a lot. They will then pay you the full money. So let's say it's maybe, for example, £10,000. They will pay you that £10,000 cash. You are now expected to pay your tax by yourself. Do you see the difference? However, there's another one that is another contract that is called umbrella company, whatever. I'm trying to remember now. Inside IR35, yes. Inside an IR35. So inside IR35, your money will be paid to an agency. The agency will remove all the taxes for you, and then they will give you your base payment. So there are different types. It depends on anyone. Both contracts are good. Contracts are good. Permanent roles are good. Depends on the one you like. I prefer contract because it's fast-paced. I'm able to go in, deliver my work. I'm out of there, go for my next adventure. Some people like permanent stuff that they can get their regular paycheck and there's no problem. That's also fine. So all these are opportunities that you can explore in tech. Z, I think Dami has been trying to reach you. So Dami, please, can you drop your number in the chat for Z? Or Z, please send me a message on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, please send me a message on Instagram because I think Dami is trying to connect with you. Yeah, that is all from me tonight. Any question at all? Dami, do you have anything to say to Z, or can we wrap it up now?
Hello.
Please go ahead. Z, can I get your full name, please?
Yeah, so the email address I used was sunshineandrain08@gmail.com.
Okay, your name, please.
Okay, my name is
Zainab, leave your name. Dami, please check the email
Okay, that's
for
fine.
anything that's
That's fine, I know.
sunshine in it. Yeah, so we
worries.
keep your information safe as well. So we still want to guide your personal data. Help me with my English. All right, Z, we'll look through our email chain and reach out to you. Okay. Anything else? We have 5 minutes left. Anything else before we go? All right. If there's nothing else, thank you so much for listening to me go on for the past 2 hours. It's been a pleasure catching up with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the boot camp. I am looking forward to supporting you. If you're on Instagram, please send me a message. Let me say hello. If you're on TikTok, please feel free to share the love. Let me say hello as well. And for those that bought the book, I will be in your inbox with my calendar invite sometime soon. Please, are we getting certificates at the end of the class? Yes, we get a certificate of completion that is CPD accredited and it is recognized worldwide as well. So yes, we will do. And on this note, have an amazing evening. Take care of yourselves. Get some rest. For those that work, try and take it easy, okay? Bye all. Have a lovely evening. Thank you.